Meet the Duprees. They are the ones that runs things beyond the gates. These are the main fours of the Duprees: the father, Vernon; the mother, Anita; the daughter, Nicole; and the daughter, Danny. Well, let's start with Nicole, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and Ted have 3 kids: Martin, Catherine, and Andre. Although I think one of these kids ain't hers, but I'm sure it'll come out later. Oh, but then there's Danny. Danny was married to Bill, and they have 2 daughters, Naomi and Christina. And after 30 years, her daughter, Naomi's best friend, Haley, moved into the house and stole her man. And now they are getting married. And Danny's not happy about none of that. Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention. And we're back again today. And I'm here to give it to the people as to what happened today beyond the gates. Good evening, good evening, good evening, y'all. Well, how was everybody's day? I hope it was good. Thank you so much for tuning in, those of you who are here live now and those who may listen later. Do me a favor and like the video and subscribe to the page if you haven't. Beyond the Gates is turning out to be one interesting show. But don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm here to give you the daily tea on it. So let's get started on episode 2. Episode 2 opens with Nicole busy at the office, making plans for an awards event that she and her family gives out yearly to young people. And while she's doing that, her husband Ted pops in just to tell her how beautiful she is. That's something he seems to do a lot, just pop in to tell somebody how cute they are. But okay. Vernon, meanwhile, who is Nicole's son, their other daughter, who is Nicole's son, Dr. Nicole's son, Martin, are at the family's home talking about the slapping of Haley down to the country club. And although he feels it was not classy, that's what the grandfather was saying, Vernon, the Clifton Davis character. He said, well, I don't think it's classy, but it's understandable. Martin more or less feels like Sophia did when, hold on one second, you guys. I need to make sure I had something turned off here. Sorry. Okay, so while the grandfather felt like this wasn't a very classy thing to do, Martin felt more like Sophia did when she was talking to Sophia in that field of corn, and she said, "You better bash Mr. Head in and think about heaven later," because he said, "Listen, the girl was wrong, so she had coming whatever she had coming." Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my place. I'm so sorry. Hold on, just hold on. He says all he can say is that Haley was wrong, and that she done stole Auntie's man after 30 years and now wants to accept it. He said there's no room for her at the end, and that was just going to be the end of that. Meanwhile, Danny, the one whose man was stolen by Haley, is at home looking at pictures of days gone by of her wedding 30 years ago and just cannot comprehend what went wrong. You moved that girl in your house, honey. That's what went wrong. Okay, if I could help her, I'd tell her you shouldn't never move that girl in your house. Okay. Anyway, her mom comes in and tries to console her with the woo, 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 woo. Anyway, they go back to Vernon, who decides to ask Martin about that statement that he had made yesterday when he said he was happy, but he wanted more. See, I told y'all it was something behind that whole thing. He said, I just want more. And I'm like, never satisfied. Anyway, sidebar, Martin is in the House of Representatives as well, I find out, because his grandfather, Vernon, is also a politician as well, or a retired politician, because he was a senator. Okay, so anyway, so this seems to be following his granddaddy's footsteps. But Martin don't answer his grandfather when he asked him that question about why it was he said that he wasn't quite satisfied still. I think it's because, it's something else going to be coming up soon. But, that's just in my opinion. Back at Danny's house, She's still festering about that child taking her man. And her mother says, look, you done smacked the girl face right down to the country club where everybody done saw it. So let it go. And Danny said she just can't see it because she everywhere. Like in Fridays, I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. I go in the bathroom, you in the bathroom. Because this girl done literally moved, she done joined the country club, which the family owns, started. And now she's moving behind the gates to a very small but partial gated community that this family, her family, started. So I get it, she don't want the girl around all the time. I mean, you done took the man, get on. They could have moved somewhere else. I'm sure there were other places that they could have moved down there in Washington. Anyway, Danny can't let it go, and she says, this is just too much, and it's gonna have to be consequences, repercussions, and cornbread far as she's concerned. And her mom tells us to stop letting that classless girl get next to her. But Danny ain't listening. I don't know if I would listen either, because I mean, it ain't over till it's over. Dr. Nicole and her hubby Ted talk about the slapping at her office, and she's like, I do understand my sister's reaction though. She said, because it was the timing of hearing what about this girl is moving into the community, and the fact that she looked up and saw her a few minutes later. And unfortunately, the timing got her face smacked. Her sister, she said her sister had, after all, treated this girl like family, which she had because she had moved this young girl in the house because that's her daughter's best friend. Child, the audacity of it all. All right, so we back to Ashley, right? The white girl with the perfect boyfriend that got a job working at the hospital as a nurse. I think she's a nurse. Well, anyway, some of her friends and her mother came to visit her and bring her lunch. I'm not understanding why they needed to do all of this over a new job, but I ain't hating, because, getting lunch is lunch, but I'm just not, I was confused by all of that, why they had to come up there and bring lunch to her. They keep talking about, she got a job, Ashley got a job. What is Ashley's background? It's a big deal that Ashley got a job. I guess we'll find out later. Well, back to Vernon. That's the Clifton Davis character. Him and his grandson Martin are talking about his own past of marching with Martin Luther King and his accomplishments when he was a senator and all that. And then he alludes to the fact that his grandson's past is murky. See that? The grandson's past, the one who's in the House of Representatives, got a murky past. He says, but you're on track now. And that's what is important. Well, they go back to Danny's house, and her mom are still talking. And she's trying to tell Danny, look, girl, don't worry about that girl. No one is throwing her out. Nobody's going to throw you out to take her in. She's like, you are the person who's got it going on within your circle in the neighborhood. So, don't worry about that. She's trying to tell her. But Danny throws out a question to her mother. She said, and I don't know why, she just goes, did you suspect or know anything? Like she wanted to know, Mom, did you know anything or suspect anything about this girl messing with my husband? And her mother says no, and kind of moved on the conversation. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know why I feel like that's not gonna end up to be the truth. I think her mama might have known something and just didn't want to tell her because they knew she was gonna start tripping out the way that she's tripping out right now. But anyway, the mama said no. But I think in the future that's going to be determined by the lie detector test that is a lie. Danny says she going to have to pay for what she did. Danny just saying, Danny won't let it go. She ain't going to let it go. So then they cut to Haley, right? And what they're trying to, hold on a second, I got to pull up something. Okay. So then they cut back to Haley, right? The one that stole the husband. And Haley decides to show up at Dr. Nicole's office. That's Danny's sister. Girl, what is you doing up in there? She walks up in the office and she's asking, can they talk? Lord, what do this child want? And then they cut to commercial. So y'all got to watch a commercial too. Here we go. Like the video. 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 That's right. Y'all gonna like the video for me and drop a little comment down there. Hey, girl. Yeah, that sound like a trip. I gotta watch the show. I'll take anything. It don't make me no difference. Just like it. You can put it down. You can put it don't like it. I don't care. It all helps the algorithm. Anyway, when they come back from commercial, right? Don't you know this girl Ashley done popped up again? You know the nurse girl, the girl that got the new job. They showing her again, her little group that came to visit, and they pumping her up all about this perfect man she got in this job, this job, this job. And when they turn to leave to step on the elevator, Dr. Nicole's husband, Ted, is stepping off. Listen now, Nicole and one of the ladies make eye contact with each other right as the doors are closing, like, girl, you see him? But he didn't see them because he was busy doing something else. But they made eye contact with each other for the elevator closed. I'm thinking, what's up with that? What's up with that? I guess we'll find out later. Okay, back to Haley. Y'all, the girl done showed up to Dr. Nicole's office with a tray of cookies. A tray of cookies this girl done showed up with, asking for peace and help from the sister of the woman whose husband she done snatched up. Girl, the nerve of it, because my sister would have thrown her out of there. Well, she might have kept the cookies, but she'd have thrown her straight out that office. My sister would have. She would not have been playing no games about that. What she wants, though, is to say that she just wants to forget about the whole slapping situation and that she is willing to do that if she will help her. So back to Danny and her mom. She tells Danny not to worry. Oh wait, I already said that. I'm sorry, I gotta switch to that. Okay. So I'm sorry. I turned to the wrong page, y'all. Forgive me. So we still at the office of Dr. Nicole with the girl that's done showed up with the plate of cookies. So I'm like, can you help me? She said, listen, I can't help who I fell in love with. I fell in love with the wrong man, but I don't want to be blamed for that, she says. And then she asks her sister for help to help her assimilate into the community. And Dr. Nicole politely reminds her that Danny is her sister and that the community is going to follow her. Because after all, this family is the one for which the community is built upon. So, anyhow, she told her, you can get these cookies. She said, you can take your stuff, like Angela Bassett did, and get out. She said, because I'm not about to help you with nothing. It's my sister. This girl is just straight delusional, but she's got a real sweet, innocent demeanor about her. But I'm going to tell you something. I think that in due time, she's going to graduate from victim to a heifer on wheels. Y'all watch and see what I tell you. I likes to be right. So I'll be back to tell y'all that I was or I would. I also will admit when I wasn't right, but I just think that her whole demeanor is going to change because she's going to get tired of kissing up behind these people asking for their forgiveness and the right, wrong thing going to happen, and she going to let them have it. Anyway, when Dr. Nicole passes by Ashley, the girl who got the job that everybody celebrated, she smiles one of them coy smiles, that people give you when they know something you don't. Now, Dr. Nicole didn't see her, but when she passed her, she gave one of them smiles like, if only you knew. I'm about to not like Ashley. I can already feel that coming. I can already feel that coming because something about it. Anyway, they go back to Vernon talking to Martin, right? And now it's about Bill. They talking about his daughter's ex-husband, Bill, the one that done left her. And he said it just behooves him the way Bill was using him and to how fond of Bill that he was at first, and how he had watched him grow bigger and more successful, and that he just totally switched up and started showing that he was a narcissist. And that's the same thing Martin said about he's a narcissist. Child, I agree too, because that man is something else. Meanwhile, Haley goes to Bill's office to tell him that she got hit. Because see, Haley is marrying Bill, the man who left his wife with this young girl. And she went over there to tell him about how her day had went. And she was like, listen, I done got my face slapped down to country club today. And he was about to get mad. And she said, no, calm down. Because he could see her face when her jaw was all red. Even though, side note, I don't know how y'all was going to say that this brown girl had a red jaw because I didn't see that. But okay. Anyway, she told him to calm down. She said, let Danny have this win because she feels, because she's upset and that she's not happy right now. And she said, but she wanted him to know that she didn't like she's feeling attacked either, because this is her wedding time and she feels like she should be happy right now. Sidebar. I just want to say that even though Haley's character is a heifer, she had on a really sharp leopard coat. That coat was sharp. The fashions be fashioning on this show. I'm gonna say that. Okay, back to the story. Anyway, she feels that she should be happy about her wedding right now and that everything just feels warm for her and that maybe she'll just cancel the wedding and that he's going to lose his deposit, a hefty size deposit. You know, these folks got money. She says, but I'm willing to cancel. And Bill says, no, you're not going to do that. I'm going to do what I do and I'm going to fix it. Child, we're going to see how he fixes it. Now, Lord Danny is at the house picking out outfits and drinking because her mama done left her down there. And she getting herself all hyped up to go start some mess. Girl, I said, let that man go. That's what I'm thinking. Let the man go. I mean, he fine because her ex-husband is fine now. He fine. But girl, let him go. Throw that fish back in the water and get back out there and pick you out another one. Because you still young. Well, she's young enough. She's pretty and she's rich. She can find her another man. Okay? Anyway, on to the grandson, Mark. He goes home and it turns out he's got a husband and kids and a family. My question is, does anybody know that? Does the family know? Does the public not know? Because there's something up with that. Meanwhile, Ashley and Andre, this is the son of Dr. Nicole. I think they used to be a thing. Because he out there talking to her, grinning and skimming, and then takes a picture of her when she's not looking. And she ain't that cute. I mean, the whole time, that's what I was thinking about. I'm not going to tell y'all no lie. It's exactly what I was thinking about.
Your looks ain't going to get you paid. Because you're not that cute. And your hair is uneven. You look dusty.
I mean, that's what I was thinking the whole time I was looking at her. But meanwhile, her boss, or the person that's training her, walks up and tells her, she's like, oh, you know Andre, huh? And then she more or less told her to stay away from him. Like, is this her man? I mean, these people busy behind the fence. That's maybe why they beyond the why they beyond the fence, because I can't figure out what's going on up in here. Woo, child. Anyway, Danny's ex, Bill, shows up to Vernon's door, the father of the girls. And he asks very nicely and politely if Vernon can get the family to attend the wedding. Now, please understand that this is the family of the people whose daughter he done left high and dry with his gun. Well, Vernon says no. Bill turns and leaves and says, I understand, but let me remind you of something. I've done a lot of favors for this family. And he was very nice about it now when he said, I've done a lot of favors for this family. And he was quietly letting him know that the secrets that I have, I will unleash them unless you do what I said. Vernon says, now you know these Duprees women. And you know it ain't going to be easy to get them to do no stuff like that. He says, well, I'm going to need you to handle that because my wife-to-be ain't got a whole lot of family. And she's going to need some showing of the people who had been her family in this community. And we're going to need all y'all to show up. See, the question is, even if you get the whole family to show up for this shindig, right, for this wedding, girl, if you ain't got no family, who going to scrap for you if something jump off? Because this family here is about 15, 20 deep. So something jump off. Haley, girl, you's a dumb child. Why y'all need these people at the wedding? I'm not understanding. Anyway, back to the woman who was at the hospital visiting Nicole, the girl who got the job. You know, they celebrating she got a job. She's talking to her daughter, and the daughter's like, are you all right, Mom? She says, look, whatever you want to do, I'm all in. She says, because you deserve to be happy too. Child, who is this woman? Is that a daughter that Dr. Nicole don't know about? Baby, I don't know. Martin is talking to his husband about the kids and problems that they are facing. And again, I say to myself, I don't think the family know about all this. Okay. Anita finally makes it home to Vernon. And he's got to tell his wife about Bill's visit. But you know they broke for commercial, just like we about to do. Like the video. 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 So we can get on back to the show, y'all. Come on. Stop all that dancing and like the video. Well, they come back from commercial break, and Dr. Nicole is at the office with Andre, her husband, and herself getting ready to take some pictures. I don't know if Andre is their son or his brother's son, because her husband, Ted, is it Ted or Ned? I don't forget the man's name. I have to come back to it. Her husband said, Andre reminds me so much of my brother. Unless he's saying that, so you know what? Ain't no telling, because maybe Andre ain't his sons. You know what, child, these folks, we're going to have to wait and find out, because ain't no need me, making assumptions this early. It's only episode 2. We're going to have to wait and find out. Anyway, he goes back again to telling Dr. Nicole how beautiful she is, how wonderful she is. Child, my daddy always told me, anybody trying to flatter you all the time, because you can be beautiful, but ain't nobody that beautiful that all day long is you pretty, you pretty, you pretty, you pretty. I don't think you're trying to smoke screen something else. I don't know. I ain't buying all that. She is pretty, but I'm just saying he doing too much. So it's making it seem to me like he up to something. He up to something. We gonna see. Vernon and Anita, the mother and the father of everybody, go to talk about Bill's visit. And Vernon starts to kind of paint Bill as sincere and humble in his visit. But he tells her that he knows that he's going to use what he knows to get what he wants. And that protecting Martin, the grandson who was there, that's now in the House of Representatives, is their priority here. See that? I know they was hiding something about this boy. We gonna have to wait to see though. Anyway, in the final scene, baby Danny walked up into Bill's office, her ex-husband's office. She grabbed a golf club and took that golf club and swung and knocked everything on that desk to the left, and then she called him a son of a biscuit eater. And that was the end of the show. Baby, what happens now? What will the family say when they find out that they have to attend this wedding? Because they have all been requested to be in attendance. Will Danny show up in her wedding gown from 30 years ago? What secrets are being covered up behind the gates? Tune in tomorrow, and I'll tell you what else developed beyond the gates. Thank you all for listening. Like the video. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.